What are you talking about tonight?
COVID-19.
Oh my gosh, not COVID.
What we got? Well, the XFL folded.
Dude, man, the live came up right away. First try. We are live, ladies and gentlemen.
COVID-19.
Welcome to the Man Event, episode 3.
What we got?
I live when I almost fell out of my chair just now.
Man, the live came up right away. First try.
I'm hearing some feedback.
We are. All right, I got it fixed. We are in the house. We are missing Matty the Ice.
Matty Ho just sent a text out wanting to know what the link is.
Tell him to check his email.
Yeah. Well.
Oh, I never sent it to him.
Oh, well.
Oh my gosh, no wonder. That's a friend fail right there.
Listen, Cliff, so I'm disappointed. Here we are at the Man Event,
Okay.
episode 3. And for the second week in a row, no sticks.
No, man, I'm not smoking live on the Man Event. That's not going to happen.
Not ever?
No. Nope. Nope.
Did you email him, Level?
I haven't. Can you send him the link?
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Oh, I don't have his email in here.
Oh my gosh. I'll do it.
All right. We look like amateurs. I even advertise this on Facebook.
Oh man, don't be advertising on Facebook yet. We are nowhere near ready for prime time.
Do you know how to post videos to Facebook? You know. All right, all right.
So Clifford doesn't want to smoke a cigar on camera? Is that what this is?
Yeah. I thought I was clear about that, early on.
Well, I thought you said you were clear that you weren't going to smoke while Kristen was home.
All right. Cliffy.
I sent it to him.
So, what's everybody got in their glass tonight?
I've got something straight from the house of Maxwell. Instant.
This guy has got coffee again. Listen, you bring the age demographic for this show way up.
It's almost bedtime. We gotta keep it short tonight.
It's almost bedtime. I'm going a little Ezra Brooks.
There he is.
There he is. And
I've also
got
this
connecting the audio.
fancy cigar.
Hey, why is it so much brighter at Matt's house than anyone else's house?
How come it's still daylight at his house?
Hold on. I had to turn my phone off. All right, can you guys hear me? I can't hear Cliff. Hold on. I think we lost Pooh.
Everything froze for me. Am I still here?
Yeah.
I can
I'm
hear you
not
fine.
froze.
I got no video.
You're froze. I'm not froze.
I'm not froze. I don't think.
You're not, Matt. I got you loud and clear.
All right. Turn some lights on out here, though.
Pooh Bear is officially signed off. Cliff, I think, is froze, or he's
No, I'm not
pretending to be.
froze. I was just
He's pretending to
Am I
be
back in?
froze. Yeah, like I said, Cliff brings the age group demographic to this show. It's definitely
That's
way
the best
up.
I got for tonight.
That was good.
It was.
Hey, we got Javi. What's up, Javi?
Hold on.
Javi's asking how the tri-tip was.
Tri-tip was amazing. Perfectly seasoned, perfectly cooked. My compliments to the chef.
Were you the chef?
I was.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
There we go. All right.
Yeah, so I've been cooking the ones from Costco. They have the Morton Steakhouse tri-tips, Morton Steakhouse seasoned, but they haven't had them in a couple of months. So when I was there this week, they had a different brand tri-tip season. So I tried that out tonight, and it was a neat peek.
Nice.
You guys are all frozen again.
I think Who's frozen again?
I'm not frozen.
You guys are all
Pooh
frozen
Bear
again. Is it me?
Pooh Bear has busted Wi-Fi.
Yes, I think you got an internet connection problem.
I'm frozen.
Just like watching football at Pooh's house.
I'll tell you what I'm gonna do.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna turn off I have the TV on out here. I'll reduce. Hey. Listen, you had problems,
Good
had
work.
problems, Lovell had problems.
People got problems.
Maddie, what you got tonight?
Everybody's
As a matter of fact, I gotta go get it. I was out and I just actually I was out flying. I just landed and got my stuff away, and then I jumped right on. So I haven't even gotten to go get anything yet. But I'm gonna go get it in a second. But I will have a Tampa hand rolled, medium, same as I had last time. They're just very good. They're inexpensive, and 99% of the time they got a nice smooth draw. Gotta love
where
them.
the cop involved at all.
Am I flying today?
Oh my
No,
God.
but here, let me. But look at this. I'm going to show you guys a little something really quick. Hold on. I went to try a little something today. So if you can look at this screen, and if you look at the top, do you see? Can you see what it says for my altitude?
5,000 feet, 5,500 feet almost.
Yeah, I decided to go. I want to go a mile high over my neighborhood, so I flew up a mile high.
That's not the Mile High Club. That's the
No.
wrong. You're in the wrong
Wrong
club.
club. So, how was the air up there?
That's the way less cool Mile High Club, by the way. It's-
I don't know. It's pretty cool. I'm telling you.
Mhm.
So
How was the air up there?
it was nice. So, like, hold on. I'm going to show you what it was like. Because it was a good time. It wasn't too bumpy. It got bumpy later, but it wasn't too bad. And just had a lot of fun.
Javi says to tell Pooh he needs more antennas.
You can see that. That's what the view is like. I got all the way up to the clouds. If you can see it.
All right.
Yep, it was a good time. You should have come with me. All right. So anyway, that's what I was. So I'm going to be back in a second. Pooh, you still got internet problems? And I'm going to get me
No,
a cigar. I'll be right back.
I've got 6 bars on my thing according to this little device here. I don't know what the problem is. How's my audio?
Audio's fine.
All right, got this new dongle here.
Check, check, Mike. Check, check.
Check syphilis. So this is an invigorating video. I'm sure people are just enthralled with our content right now.
This is what happens when we don't practice anything.
Javi's pretty happy
well.
with where things are at.
That's good. Hey, little personal story. I had both of my cars wrecked this week.
Come again?
Both.
Both vehicles, my truck and Chrissy's
Truck
car.
and the Explorer.
No, the truck and the Kia.
Did you say they were
Oh.
broke into?
No, crashed into.
Okay.
Smashed,
How'd that
crashed, bang. The first one on my truck, the arm on the gate entering work came down on the top of my truck and crinkled the roof all up. And the second one, an undocumented, uninsured parent at at Chrissy's school backed into her car.
Mm.
Well, that doesn't surprise me that uninsured and undocumented.
Yeah, so where does that leave you?
I don't know if that's politically correct for me to say.
Well, but where does it leave you? On the hook.
Yeah, exactly.
Uninsured motorist.
As the car, exactly, as a property owner of something that was damaged by someone that would normally have insurance or legal status so I could sue, I've got neither.
Been there.
Pathetic.
Yeah. Buick was brand new when
So,
anyway. Same problem.
Hey, Matt,
the
I would
same
be
day.
careful with that particular type of lighter.
two
My understanding
hours
is
of each
that
other.
house is on fire.
Crazy.
I've heard about that. Yes.
True stories.
Unfortunately, I know the king of fire chiefs.
All right, so I got something I want to talk about. Other
Thank
than
God.
undocumented, uninsured people.
Talk about what now?
Does anybody, meaning of the four of us, know anybody who has had or who currently has
Man, I am struggling here.
COVID-19?
I do
Yes.
not.
Cliff, you do?
Yes. Matter of fact, I know 3 people.
You do? Really?
Yeah.
Through work or like
Through work, 3 guys at work have it. Yeah.
that I do, huh?
Okay, so it is real then.
Oh, it's real. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So,
All right. Well, first off, did you get tested because of being a first responder?
nope, not yet.
Not yet. Because they're
Nope.
doing the
Maybe
rapid
next week.
test.
Pooh's gone. Pooh's back.
I'm back.
Yeah. But my kids found out that an entire station of ours on one of the shifts they had to quarantine them all because of an exposure.
Uh-huh.
And one of my guys happened to be working that time and was also quarantined. So they found out about it. Now my kids won't go near me. They're like, Dad, why don't you go over here? And then they say, well, we don't want you cooking dinner anymore. And I said, okay, who's going to cook, Mom? I'm like, that lasted like a day, and I'm back in the kitchen, cooking stuff for them. So, but they still, that they're like, we don't want to, Dad, we don't need hugs at night. You just do your thing over here. We'll do our thing over there.
They didn't like put you in your office and then put duct tape all around the door and stuff so you couldn't get out?
Duct tape's not
when-
gonna stop.
When are you going to be getting tested then?
When the rapid test arrives, what I understand is then they'll be able to test. So they don't have enough. The reality is they just don't have enough test kits to test everybody that needs to be tested. So they're not going to just, test us for the, for the funsies of it. But when the rapid kits arrive, that's when they'll go ahead and start testing everybody because they'll have like unlimited test sticks essentially.
Gotcha.
So,
So, if we're going to talk about this whole COVID thing,
oh,
kind of don't understand a couple things about it. And I'm not like trying to start a war or anything like that about it, but I just don't understand. For example, everybody's been if you go up like New York, they've been quarantined for what, 4 weeks now, right?
something like that.
And I thought, everything I hear sounds like the incubation period is like 2 weeks, right? Or a week from exposure to having symptoms to all that. And so if everybody's quarantined, then I mean, why was it getting so much worse for so much longer than even the quarantine period?
Because people aren't quarantined. I mean, you got some people are quarantined and some people they're just not listening.
Like as an example, I spent all day in car dealerships.
There you go. Not listening.
Yeah, but
So-
I mean, but the vast majority, well, I don't even want to say the vast majority. Like you said the other day, COVID traffic is amazing, right? Because
Yes.
and that's not to be a jerk. That's just the reality. If you go out there and you have to drive, you're a first responder. You got to be out there, right? So traffic has just been terrific. It's just the way it is. But that means the vast majority of people aren't on the roads because they're at home and they're quarantining, maybe not, but social distancing or what have you. So, you know, I don't know. It just seems some things just don't seem to be adding up about the whole.
Well, it's super contagious. It's way more contagious than the flu. It's way more contagious than the common cold. This thing has the ability to just go. One person at a funeral in Albany contaminated or infected 200 people. One person, one exposure at the fire station has 20 people in quarantine. I don't think any of those people have tested positive, not that I'm
Right.
aware of anyway. But you know, they said, hey, we don't know. I mean, this thing's so contagious. You guys have got to go, you know, and don't come back for 2
Gotcha.
weeks.
Okay, so it's.
So-
I mean, it is
And the
contagious.
thing is, the other thing about it is that people don't want to believe they don't believe they have it because they don't feel bad.
Right.
You know, this thing has the ability. Normally, yeah, a virus, you're not contagious until you start showing signs and symptoms. That's not the case with this thing. This thing, you can start spreading it after 48 hours. After you have it, you can start spreading it,
Okay.
even if you're, you know, asymptomatic.
Gotcha. Well, so let's look at the next part of this whole picture is, what's the well, a lot of people, I don't know how many, but a lot of people get it, but they don't really get sick, right? There's asymptomatic people who carry it and spread it, but they don't really get that sick.
The large portion of people that get it, like
Don't get all that-
90%.
Right. Okay. So then you take that, and then you take the death rate, which from this versus other things in life. I mean, the flu is an easy one to point out, but other things in life. And then you take, you know, who's dying from this versus who dies from other, like the flu and stuff. So you
Right.
take all that together and you see how bad it is, and then you take the reaction the world has had, which is shut the world down, and the
Right.
impact that that's going to have. And I heard an interesting take on it, which was you're going to save lives by doing all this, okay, but you're going to lose lives because you know, one small part is suicides go up because, you know, people lose their jobs, lose their money, they're stuck in a house, they shoot their wife because, you know,
Oh,
or
God.
husband because of whatever reason. Okay, so that's one part. And then second, you know, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs and lose all their finances and lose all their savings, and they get distraught, But-
Business.
lose their business. So that's part of it too. And then the whole rest of the toll. So then you look at the numbers when you have a bad flu season and we don't shut the world down and you're told everybody wash your hands, get your flu shots, all that. But we don't shut the world down. Here we basically shut the world down, and the impact, I mean, who knows how this is going to shake out even for America when we're done, right? You don't know how it's going to
Right.
shake out yet, if the economy will just bounce back. But you know, what are your thoughts on that? Is this an overreach? Did we take the wrong approach? You know, maybe we lesson learned and we do it differently next time. What do you guys think?
It's definitely not the wrong approach because the infection, you can't compare it to the flu or to a cold or something like that because it's way more contagious. So yeah, so more people die from the flu that get the flu, but more people will die from corona unchecked because it's way more contagious. It's going to infect, you know, millions more than anyone than the flu would ever get. The other thing is like the flu, for the most part, we can treat the population that gets sick. Corona, we can't. But the people, if we need, let me see, what's the number? The United States has something, if I remember correctly, something like 90,000 ICU beds. Well, 90,000 ICU beds, we're going to need over 200,000 if this thing had gone unchecked. So
Mhm.
who doesn't get the bed at that point?
They
You
reduced
know,
the number though.
what's that?
They came off that number though, Cliff.
They do came off the number
CDC came
because
off
of
that number.
the steps we took. Yeah, that was the unchecked number.
No, they
You know, the due check number is going to be like 65,000, which we have capacity for. So,
All right. Well, let me throw this little thing in the mix. And again, I'm just putting it out there because it's something I heard. I don't know if it's accurate or not. Maybe Cliff, maybe you know. But there was a thing, you know, all the states that self-isolated and quarantined and all that, and then you have the states. There's only a few who really didn't, or they were late to the game, or what have you. These projections that are saying these numbers are going to go down because of what we've done or what have you. The projections are being revised down, but it's at the same rate for states that didn't take action as it is for states that did take action. So
the states that didn't take action, it's kind of not fair to compare the two, because
Yeah.
like Wyoming has one person for like every 5 miles or something like that. I mean, Wyoming only has 500,000 people in the entire state. We have 1.5 million in Hillsborough County, so that's not really fair to compare
Okay.
the two. And the other thing is, you know, we flatten the curve, you know, somewhat, but when you flatten the curve, you elongate the curve. It was never about the, you know, are we going to get fewer people infected? Because I really think they believe the same number of people are going to, or maybe we're going to get less people infected, but if we're going to spread them out over a longer period of time so that we can manage the cases.
Okay, so people get out of the hospital before new people go in, and not everybody
Correct.
shows up with one shot. I got you. All right. Okay. See, I'm willing to be educated. Obviously none of us have been through anything
Something
like this.
still doesn't smell right.
What was that?
No, but something doesn't smell right to me with all this though, because even Dr. Burks on Wednesday claimed that if a patient goes into the hospital with heart problems, dies because of the heart attack or a blocked artery, whatever, and they test the patient and somewhere they do have COVID-19, they're chalking that up as a COVID-19 death.
Really?
Yes, she confirmed it. I was like, I couldn't believe she said it because it sounded so like
Yeah,
conspiracy theorist, but that's exactly what's happening. And
Are
there
they
was
trying
a baby in St. Louis that died, whose mother that was born premature. The mother was suffering from COVID-19. She had a respiratory infection. That they took the baby from her basically early. The baby died because I don't know why, if it was the care or whatever, but they claimed both of them were COVID-19 deaths. So it's things like that that are like going.
Well, maybe they're throwing the numbers off.
Let me ask a few questions on that then. So are we saying that had they not had complications from COVID-19, that the ailment that they originally had, they would have survived? But because they contracted COVID-19, they succumbed to whatever they originally came in for because of COVID.
No, I was saying those people were going to die regardless. If your kidneys fail, if you have a heart attack, if you die in a car crash, you're going to die regardless. It was just your time, right? But
there's only one guy on here with any medical.
I know. I'm just telling you what the doctor.
There's only one guy on here who has any medical license whatsoever.
But did anybody sleep at a Holiday Inn Express last night?
No, I haven't been on the road in 4 weeks.
Well, let me ask you this. So,
and you know, I'm on the road every week.
Brian, you're there and you're sick, and the one guy with medical training on this screen, on these screens, comes to your aid. Two things: A, how comfortable are you with his training? And B, when it comes to mouth, what are you gonna do?
Whoa.
Okay, so here comes onto this. So the one person who has medical training also happens to be my workout partner, and I'm not afraid of going into cardiac arrest in the middle of a workout. I'm pretty sure
You might be more afraid of it at the end of the workout when I'm a little gassed than at the beginning.
I mean, you gassed at the end of a workout is better than having no medical professional at all.
All right, something better than nothing.
He may be looking at you, Level, and just saying it's just not worth the effort. Whatever.
Listen, so here's my question about COVID-19.
Yeah.
So we have a friend of the family who is a little bit higher on the rung of medical professionals than he who is on this show that is a medical professional. And this person says that they know for sure that they have been treating COVID-19 since November. But at that point, they were unaware of what it was. They just knew that they could not fix it.
Yeah, but was it even out of China then?
How do we know?
I figure.
So
I have
we
a
don't know.
theory. I have a theory. You remember, Brian, I missed the turkey trot because I was sick. I went to the doctor, was tested because I was sick for a long time.
Mhm.
I went to the doctor. I was tested for flu, negative, strep, negative. I think I may have had COVID over Thanksgiving.
Well, your
Didn't know.
antibodies will tell you, right?
eventually
well,
that
better get
test he
tested.
is going to get will tell him the result of that.
Yeah.
So I'm convinced.
Curious to see
So
what that
around
happens.
February, my company had its annual sales conference, and we had a number of people who were hospitalized during and or after for respiratory issues that could not be diagnosed at that time.
Yeah.
And I'm convinced that they had it then. Now, I was sick during that time period too, but the only symptom I had that would be related to COVID was exhaustion. Remember you guys making fun of me because I was taking naps in the middle of the day?
Whoa, not me. I never reported somebody taking a nap in the middle of the day.
Well, like I was like in the middle of a work day, I was taking a nap at 2 p.m. for like
Yeah.
an hour to 90 minutes.
Yeah, but that would mean you've had COVID for like the last 7 years.
Yeah.
You mean Cliff? You mean Cliff?
What's the excuse for that?
But if that many people
Friends
are
like us, man.
asymptomatic, right? If that many
Yeah.
people are asymptomatic, there's a possibility that you've had it and didn't know it or didn't have the primary symptoms.
Well, we lost Cliff,
That's
but
been talked about also.
what I'm curious is, okay, so if once they have plenty of tests lying around, maybe they can test everybody for the antibody, like Cliff was mentioning before. So I just don't
that's
know
what
how
we're
long do they
working
last
toward.
in your system that they're tested for. Maybe Cliff could tell us that.
What's that?
Dr. Cliff?
I feel like I'm better qualified now to start answering questions.
Oh, you can't even keep the stethoscope up on your shoulder.
But I got
Hey.
my. Anybody need a thermometer checked?
What? How long did the antibodies stay with you that you could test for it? Like that's detectable.
I don't know the answer to that.
No,
I know my temperature's 97.8 though.
you're a cool cat.
Can you check mine real quick?
Rectal. Check it rectal.
86.1 for some reason.
Yes, perfect.
I don't have the red one. Hey, you know, back in the day, you didn't want to mess up the red and the blue thermometer. The kids today don't know anything about that.
Oh.
But
Something's wrong with this thermometer.
Hey, so what about the XFL collapsing?
oh my
Done.
gosh,
Is it really collapsed or are they just on hiatus?
no, they fired everyone.
Yeah,
They folded.
Yeah,
and they said they're not even going to attempt 2021.
No.
Hey, everybody give Polly a hello.
What's up, Paulie?
Polly's
Come
on.
on.
oh, and
So
he's
you have-
already missed all the COVID talk. I mean,
Well, no, he's saying that's why San Francisco is doing so well. I'm not sure what he was commenting on, but
Because of rectal thermometers?
that could-
they use a
Now I'm
different
just
kind.
nervous.
that's not a thermometer.
They use a different
Oh.
kind.
That's a turkey baster.
That's it. Wow. Hey, ask Paulie if his dealership's open, man. We could have gone there to buy a car today. Or are they
That's all
doing
the way in
everything online?
California. Polly says he hate me's out of a job again.
Poor guy.
Poor guy. Can't catch on anywhere.
So, new
Jameis
car,
have
huh?
plenty of time to hang out.
Listen, you know it's bad in professional sports land when I have watched more 30 for 30s in the last week than I think I've ever watched, which by the way, ESPN does an amazing job on most of those, I feel. But if the one on Deion Sanders was pretty amazing, it was on last night. But I had recorded on my DVR and started watching today The Roar of Tiger. It was basically a documentary on his return in 2017, 2018 to professional golf. and
Mhm.
eclipsing with a Masters win a year ago. When there's no live sports on TV, it's pretty solid.
All right.
Pretty
I saw
solid.
that Tiger hosted
Have
the
you watched
Masters dinner the other day anay.
Yeah. Here's what I want you guys to know, because I care about you all so much and so deeply. And I know how important a Sunday afternoon nap is to a quarter of the show. They are doing simulated NASCAR. So if you were
Yes.
looking for a television show that you could turn on and lay down on your couch and inevitably fall asleep,
Mhm.
that is still available to you on a Sunday afternoon.
Yeah, it's like video game NASCAR.
Yeah.
And apparently one of the drivers got so pissed off that this week because he lost his sponsorship.
Yeah, he quit in the middle
Wow.
of the video
The
game.
fact that you know that, well, it just solidifies where you work. Never mind.
No,
I'm-
but
I'm-
that's a story on ESPN because ESPN has nothing else
Well,
to show.
ESPN, come on, man. It's
Listen, it's
that's
all
what
in
they're
the
down
reality.
to. Where's
So
ESPN?
I
I'm
also-
gonna look at ESPN right now. See what they're
Blake
doing.
Snell,
Hey, what's
Joey-
up, bro?
Andrew
Yeah, I see
Brode, what's
Andrew
going
Brode
Andrew!
there.
on? We love our subscribers.
Yes.
Javi's like, turn over, turn over.
Oh,
That's funny.
So, so there's also a MLB The Show tournament that's happening. Blake Snell was on last night. He played against Joey Gallo from the Rangers and took a whooping.
I don't understand this.
Wow.
MLB The Show, which is a PlayStation baseball game.
Ah,
Right?
yeah. So I heard that. Yeah.
So they're simulating NASCAR, where they're also simulating baseball tournaments. And Blake Snell was playing with the Rays, the current roster. They played a 3-inning game against Joey Gallo with the Texas Rangers, and he whooped his tail. It was I don't know, wasn't very entertaining. But it's your sports fix, you know.
Did
So I also had the what MLB is talking about doing sent to me by someone we all know who shall remain nameless. But MLB is in talks to have a Florida only season and an Arizona only season.
Mhm.
So essentially all the teams that are in Florida for spring training normally
The
would
Great
play
League.
each other as a league. And all the teams that are in Arizona normally would. Correct. And then you would have a World Series based off of the winners of each league.
Mhm. Interesting.
So,
Guess you got to make something work,
yeah.
right?
Well, you know, they're just trying to get this done. But I'm thinking, all right, of the 2 states you could play in outdoor baseball, Florida and Arizona in the summer, no, sir.
Ridiculous.
Not outdoors.
None of those stadiums.
Not
They are
outdoors.
all outdoor.
Yeah.
No, they're all going to be hot. It's going to be thunderstorms, at least here. I don't know about Arizona.
No, but it'll be blazing hot there, right?
It'll be
Oh.
brutal.
Yeah. Well, there's another thing going on. I don't know if it's on ESPN, but there was I know Tom Brady was TB12, right? He was going to
Yep.
be participating in a poker tournament. Did you guys see all that about
Oh.
the poker tournament?
no.
At the
I-
Hard Rock because it's closed.
No, it was going to be an online. It was going to be like a online thing, and there was a bunch of celebrities. It wasn't just sports people, but I saw that Tom Brady was one of them. I forget who else was in it. Ben Affleck, I think, was doing it. Some movie star. All this. And it's to raise money for food banks and stuff. So
Oh.
I don't know when it's on, but I guess they're trying anything they can do to keep ESPN from collapsing. You have to.
Well, I know they're trying to
Here
put
in-
together that Phil versus Tiger thing.
Mm-hmm.
I know they're trying to do that, and I've seen like ESPN is trying to put together horse basketball games.
Dude,
I'm
I
not
just turned ESPN on right now, and they are airing video game basketball.
I got to put that on.
Listen, I'm
I
never
don't
gonna
know.
watch horse. Never gonna watch horse.
Yeah.
Video game basketball. That's what's on.
You
I
will. if
might
that's
watch
all that's-
horse. I might watch horse if it was women that play beach volleyball. I might watch horse then.
Oh,
No.
Brazilian women.
Oh gosh.
Mm.
You know, let's get some of them playing horse, and I'm in.
So what do you guys think the chances are that football gets spring training, preseason starts in August like normal?
Ooh.
If you were to
I
give
don't
chances,
see why football shouldn't.
You don't see what about football, Pooh Bear?
I don't see why it shouldn't start. I think
The
we're
only
gonna be
it
looking
may
at a
not
much,
start because it may give baseball a chance to catch up. They might have like the World Series in November, something like that. Have a shortened season, and then football doesn't start until maybe I don't know October.
I think
Uh,
MLB can get away with a 100-game season in a month short start, and they'll be okay.
yeah. You take away all the interleague play, you could do that.
also
Let-
it's 50-50 chance, right?
You could also, Pooh Bear, you could also shorten down the amount of in-conference games. They play a lot of in-conference games.
Right.
So I don't think anyone's going
baseball?
to be off of this until, June is on. I think in reality, June is early
yeah.
to be getting crowds together again.
I don't know if I can do this beard until June. I don't
And
know.
that's what I was thinking too, because
get
I think
hot.
they
Yeah,
may,
I don't think so.
I think they may start playing games, but they may do them in empty stadiums.
I don't think I can do this beard until June. We're gonna have to come up with another rule.
No, dude, you
I
make
think you're
gotta
going to
live
see
it
state
through.
by state opening up within the next few weeks.
You'll see some
You're gonna-
states like Wyoming again. Those guys will open up because there's nobody there.
Right.
You
Correct.
know,
They have no cases. God, there's
What
some bugs.
professional baseball team is in Wyoming?
Yep.
None, but I'm saying that you're going to see
But-
South Dakota go. You're
We
going to
don't know
see
stinking Badgers.
Nebraska go. You're going to see Wyoming go. And then
you think Wyoming has church league softball week they can put on ESPN?
Mm.
I would
You're
watch
gonna
that
see-
before I watched any more of this video basketball.
Hey,
Oh my God.
Andrew just put up a comment. He made a good point. He said that the Trop makes sense finally for once, right?
Yeah.
You actually could play baseball in Florida in the summer. Good
Yeah.
point.
Now, Polly is saying you can't play football in Buffalo in January. He's not wrong.
no. Well, you can. They have, but it's
You
just
can.
would suck.
Just super.
You just got to plow the
It's gonna
field
suck.
every
Or
quarter.
Green Bay, for that matter.
Dude, I will watch that though. I'm not going to play.
Yes,
it.
that would
I
be
will
great
watch it.
television. That would be great television.
Absolutely will.
Yeah, they're gonna get desperate. They'll have to throw something up there.
Hey, I saw today for my first time somebody wearing TB12 merchandise. Dude had a TB12 hat, and he had the Bucko Bruce with the face of Tom Brady on it as his shirt.
Yes.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
My nephew
Hey, what
bought
about
one of those.
We didn't hit
Huh?
on that.
What
The
about Pooh
Bucks,
Bear?
the Bucks' new uniforms.
Yeah.
What's different about them?
Yeah.
Hey, all Hobby knows is they already have the black jersey available, and he's got the Tom Brady.
I was got the black 12.
Who put
It's
the
cuter.
who sent out the text with the old uniform with what's his name? In the
Levante
new-
David.
Yeah, Levante David. Was that you who sent that out? So you can't. They're indistinguishable,
'cause
pretty
he-
much.
Grays.
No,
they got the old
there are
grays now.
minor differences. You're right.
Yeah, but
The
nobody.
You're right.
gunmetal,
There's-
the gunmetal gray did look pretty nice. I did like that. The color rush.
You guys know it's called pewter, right? It has a name.
Hmm.
It's called gunmetal.
I thought it was Confederate gray.
Pewter. It is. It is legitimately one of the Buccaneers' colors: red, white, black, pewter.
Okay.
Bring back the creamsicles.
Yeah, why not, right?
And then the Falcons came out the next day with those gradient shirts that look like garbage.
Yeah.
That was
Who's got
bad.
the better? Who's got the better uniform now? Who's got the best uniform in
Oh,
all
wow,
of
those
the
two,
NFL?
the Bucks. In all the NFL?
Yeah.
Eesh. I don't know. That's hard because take out the original teams like Green Bay and Pittsburgh and Chicago because those are just timeless. But
Right.
like of the newer teams, I don't know. Maybe like the Cardinals, I like theirs.
Okay.
I like that one for a while.
So did you guys see that Tom Brady was trying to copyright, what was it, Tommy Tampa and Tampa Bay?
Tampa Brady.
Tampa
Bay
Tampa Brady.
and
Yep.
Tampa Brady. I got a
Yeah.
bug in my eye.
Tampa Bay.
All right, so listen, my niece who's watching us, but apparently can't comment in the chat. She
Is
says,
it Courtney or
Courtney, she says that football should go pay-per-view like the UFC and just play in an empty stadium.
well, you
That's
still, I
what
mean,
we-
that's probably where they're going to go with, but you still have travel restrictions and, problems with that.
I
You've got
think they
guys
sell
that-
that.
Well, they're on
Huh?
private planes. They're not like walking through an airport.
Yeah, the players are, but what about the support staff? What about the secretaries? What about the travel people that have to accumulate all the equipment and get them places and get
They
the
can do all that.
referees, getting the place set up?
Do that from
I mean,
home.
some of these people live in Canada. The border's closed. Some of these people, operate in different areas of the country that may not be able to get to someplace like New York. You'd have to make it someplace isolated.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there are problems with that, but it still could be done.
Yeah, I mean, that's for those people to figure out. NFL's got enough money that they can put some smart people together to figure out how to get it done. MLB, same thing, right? So,
Right.
you know,
But then you have the things like, people that make the uniforms are making masks instead of making uniforms, at least with the MLB. I know that, Majestic and Nike.
Yeah.
So do you have the Nike staff that makes the uniforms for these teams? They can't just operate with this one uniform. They tear it, it gets dirty, whatever. They replace them almost every game. So little, ancillary, what's this stuff?
Dude, it would be
Logistics.
awesome to see a guy play with like one jersey the whole year, and you have like patches on it, like war scars, and it'd be all sewn
Yes.
together. By the end, this guy was in the battle instead of coming out
Yes,
looking
like-
brand new every week.
yeah.
Like one of us playing in a softball jersey from 10 years ago or something.
I bet mine fits.
I'd love to see that one that doesn't fit.
I tell you what, next man show,
You wouldn't love it.
the next man event, I'm wearing an old school softball jersey.
All
Okay.
right.
That's happening. What? All right. So let me ask you guys this: who's got a mask?
What
Like a
kind?
Halloween mask?
Who's got a mask?
You mean like what kind of mask?
You mean like an ineffective non-N95 mask, a fabric one?
I don't care what you're wearing. I'm
One of
asking who is wearing a mask.
I'm not
That's the
wearing
big-
one.
I'm not wearing a mask.
So Cliff, the medical
No, I'm not gonna do
professional,
it.
also does not wear a mask.
So most of the mask, if it's not a surgical mask or it's not an N95 mask or higher, those masks that people are wearing, what they do is it's called source capture. So whatever you're exhaling, it does a lot to knock it down. Doesn't really capture it, but it takes like the velocity out of it, and it doesn't really spread it as far. That's the
Mhm.
advantage of somebody wearing a mask. So you see somebody wearing a mask, I'm like, thank you for wearing a mask and not giving me whatever you got. But it's not going to stop it from me breathing it in. If it's there, that mask is going to let it right through like you got nothing on. The only thing that will work is going to be a surgical mask or an N95 mask, and people should not be wearing those, just for the sake of wearing them, because they are in very short supply. The people that need them can't get them. Hospitals
Yep.
are reusing masks. We're not reusing them, but we're burning about 600 a day. So, a stack of 6,000 masks is only a 10-day supply.
Mhm.
So,
Wow.
what's the purpose? And that's Hillsborough County. That's just fire rescue. That doesn't have anything to do with the assisted living facilities where, that stuff you can get one person infected at an assisted living facility and it'll go like wildfire.
Yeah.
Or the
we
wastewater
talk about,
thing where we them.
any of the other places, the rehab facilities, some of the hospitals that are having trouble getting their own PPE. So, the mask situation, if you want to wear it to keep whatever you got out for everybody else, fantastic. But other than that, wash your hands.
Right. And don't touch your face as I sit here rubbing my eye trying to get that.
I
stuff
know
out.
you're freaking bugging the eye. What are you looking for, buddy?
Is it the same name?
Killing me.
So has anybody anyone who's like lost their job and has been really, really impacted hard?
Did you find it, Kristen?
No.
Oh yeah, I know a number of people that are
Yes.
not working.
Awful.
All right, I got some insight on a little bit of this. So I don't, Ginger, my wife, is currently only working 1 out of every 10 days, but
Mhm.
she's getting paid still
Right.
temporarily. So, if they apply for and they get the payroll protection plan money provided by the CARES Act, then they'll get paid until that money runs out, which is about 2.5 months.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, because I applied for that for our company, and I got it in right away. I mean, within minutes of it opening up. And actually, Bank of America called me to say, we got everything, just want to check in with you, let you know. But there's been no action on it. And most people are saying no one's getting the money that they were told. Very few people have actually gotten it. And now they're talking about reducing it down to they were saying you could get up to $10 million depending on the size of your business. Now they're saying it could be as low as $15,000 because there's so many applicants.
Oh shit, Matt, that won't make payroll for 2 days for you.
I know. What do we do? So it's not.
That'll
it's
make
not
payroll
working
for
out.
Cliff for about a week.
Hey, all right, when you're looking for YouTube for us, are you looking for the man event, or are you looking for what are we looking for exactly?
The man event,
The
the man event.
with a 4.
No, that's only for
So
the email.
Brode is mentioning in the comments that it's mandatory, the mask. That at the very least they have to have a T-shirt.
If in Virginia,
Episode 3 live now.
Well, he's in a branch of the United States Fighting Force.
yeah, I know, but I mean, I think that's a rule from Governor Northam,
It's not even live.
Virginia.
It is live now.
It's a little delayed.
It's always delayed.
We can hear you live right now.
Well, I don't know. I just think going back to what I was talking about before, there's a. Okay, so let's change it a little bit. I'll bring it around a little. How do you guys think this economy recovers? How do you think people get jobs back? Is it going to happen quick? Is this going to tank the economy for like a great recession or worse? Or is this going to get over in a few more weeks and people can start going back to work? And
I think
things
there's
will
a lot of places. I think there's a lot of places, Matt, that'll get back quick. I think restaurants will be slow to recover. I think companies will take advantage of the layoffs that they've had to maybe not restaff up to the level that they were.
Yeah.
And at the very least, they will cut the employees they would have liked to have cut anyway.
Yeah.
Right? They're gonna level up. Hey, we're gonna cut the bottom 20. We might replace those jobs, but we're gonna replace them with other people. So if you were a below average, or if you were in the bottom 20 of performance, regardless of your role at any company, you're gonna find yourself unemployed still after this event.
The longer this goes on, the slower the recovery will be, because people it'll get the people that do go back to work, they're going to get their paychecks. They're going to hold on to them. They're going to say, hey, I got caught, shortchanged. I'm going to hold on to it. I'm not going to buy that couch. I'm not going to, spend it on dinner right now or going out to eat. I'm going to put some aside, and it will take a while to get the economy going again.
Yeah, I can see that.
And unless you're in the toilet paper business, because those guys, as far as I can tell, they're locked in for life right here, man.
Yeah. You're going to see new homes being built with toilet paper stacking rooms.
Wow.
That's going to be the new thing, right? Not home theaters. It's going to be toilet paper storage.
It's going to we could have made this a safe room for you, but we're going to make it a toilet paper storage room.
Yes, you could.
Hey, how safe is that room, though? I mean, seriously, think about that. That's a pretty safe room.
Which room?
A toilet paper room. You stack that stuff around you, man, you're good to go.
Yeah. Unless, of course, you smoke.
Hey, we need to give a shout out to Kristen and Clifford, who finally found us.
Hey, guys.
All right, good job. Good job, kids. Way to work the YouTube.
Make sure you hit the subscribe button.
Well, the funny thing
Like-
is, the old man's the guy that had to actually work it for him. They're like, whoever set this up is terrible. We can't find anything. Blah, 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 blah.
Did you guys
Oh,
watch
my.
that video I sent out about that guy
I
on
did.
how much you make from YouTube?
Wow. I was just, I was fascinated with all that.
Well, not only that, but the way it actually works.
Yeah.
You know, got a bit of an education on how you make money on YouTube. Now I know.
Yeah.
Who is this segment of the Man Show brought to you by?
COVID-19.
For
Trump
demo.
checks. Trump
Trump-
check.
Trump.
Checks. Those Trump checks are supposed to land this week.
They're supposed. If some people got them in their direct deposit already.
Oh,
Really?
really?
Oh, really?
Nice.
Oh, there you go.
Congratulations to those folks. I don't know if that's the best way to try and keep the economy going or what have you, but we'll find
You're
out.
welcome.
Yeah, you're welcome.
You're welcome.
Hey, listen, as long as it keeps them in their home and they can pay their car note and all that stuff,
Yeah.
whatever.
Yeah, I'm not wishing ill will on anybody.
No, not at
No.
all. That's not. Yeah, that's not where I'm going with it.
So I had a branch manager works with us in Michigan. I talked to this morning, and they tightened their lockdown. They're like pretty much they're down to pharmacies and groceries, like Walmart. You know, like Home Depot's closed, Lowe's is closed, car dealerships closed. They've locked it down even tighter. I think they're getting hit second hardest, only next to New York.
Detroit is. Detroit's getting hit pretty hard right now.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I guess we'll be better prepared for the next one, but I'm just not convinced yet that everything we're doing is the best way to do it. That's not going to cause
No,
bigger problems.
I am deeply disturbed by how willingly and almost gleefully some of us are giving up our constitutional rights. That is really bothering me lately.
Please elaborate.
Well, I mean, your First Amendment right, freedom of religion, freedom of assembly, both those have been infringed upon greatly right now. And again, almost gleefully, people are like, "You need to stay home. Don't go to church." I got a problem with it.
You know,
When your freedom of assembly infringes on my health, that's a problem.
yeah.
It always has. It always
what?
has. It always has.
No, not like this. It hasn't.
I mean, the
Hey,
numbers don't
speaking of
support
freedom of religion, where are you guys going for Easter service tomorrow? You guys going to go to the bedroom or the living room? And are you getting dressed up for it? Are your wives wearing Easter hats, or are you just going to show up with your best T-shirt?
Well, who's going to get up for sunrise service?
Oh, let's not get crazy, man. I mean,
You go outside.
Listen, Cliff is going to
Let's live
bed
in a
at 10
condo.
o'clock tonight. We're going to end the show and Cliff's going to be in bed. Like
Yeah.
probably snoring within 10 minutes.
Yeah.
10 minutes. You guys may have me live snoring here before too long, just like some of our subscribers.
Hey, Cliff's got Folgers in his cup.
It's gone. It's over.
Oh,
Instant.
refill.
Now it's over.
Hey, was it good to the
If I
last
have
round?
more full-
It was good to the last drop.
Yeah.
Excellent.
This segment of the Man Event is brought to you by Folgers Instant Coffee.
There you go.
I still have Folgers.
All right, nice.
Hey, so new Tiger King tomorrow.
Is that tomorrow?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
There's a new Tiger King episode supposed to drop tomorrow.
So is Carol Baskin going to get arrested for killing her husband or not? What do you think?
Listen, you can only refer to her as that bitch, Carol Baskin. If you're going to talk about her, you must use
Carol
her
Baskin.
proper title.
I'm not going that
Carol
way.
Baskin. Amazing.
I guarantee you who will not be on that episode,
Who?
the Tiger King.
Well, maybe
I don't know about that.
they
Oh,
might.
he's definitely going to be on.
It wouldn't be
I
Tiger
don't know
King
about
without Tiger King,
For real.
right? You got to have him in there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now that now that everybody has watched every episode of the Tiger King, and you got some time on your hands, or at least a lot of us do, what are you binge watching? What's your Netflix fix or Hulu fix or whatever?
Tacoma FD. Love it.
That looks funny. I haven't
Tacoma
seen it yet, though.
I had never watched it before. Heard a little bit about it. You know, it really didn't take off like I think maybe they thought it was going to.
Yeah.
That is a funny show. I'm telling you, that is hilarious.
I haven't had an opportunity to really, dude, I've worked more in the last 3 weeks than
We lost Lovell now.
I just heard a whiskey bottle open.
I don't.
B-Love is down. B-Love is down.
Man, there it is.
Okay.
He's back.
And just
It
just
must
so
be
you guys
busy
know,
because my loan is still not closed yet. Mo.
Yours
really?
is denied.
just
Denied.
hey, just so you guys realize, if you watch that video I sent out the other day, the Jack Daniels bottle, the cigars, that's probably going to keep us from getting monetized.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're doing this,
For free.
gratis,
Are we allowed to have cigars on the show?
family friendly.
Are we allowed to have cigars?
So
I'm guessing not.
once we hit 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 view hours, when we become eligible for monetization, I can't say that word.
Monetization.
Thank you. Then
Hey.
advertisers will start reviewing our content to see if it is family friendly. It will be harder to get the better ad revenue with things like Jack Daniels and cigars. Yes.
Okay, really quick. Paul said Ozark, right? And I saw Lovell said Ozark is a good show. My wife has been watching Ozark. Is it
Yeah.
really that good? I haven't watched it yet.
So I
I've
watched
seen
the
a
first
little bit
episode.
of Ozark, and it's pretty good.
It is.
Yeah,
huh?
the first episode of the first season got me interested, but I watched it by myself and I said, this is something Chrissy would enjoy too. So I'm kind of waiting for her to get done with she's watching Scandal by herself. So once she's done with that, we will gravitate towards watching that together.
All right.
The Ozarks.
I started watching Ozark like you, Pooh Bear, by myself. And so there's a number of shows that I watch outside of the spouse because of travel so much.
Yep.
And this is good enough. So I've stopped watching so that she can get caught up
Yeah.
on Ozark.
Yeah.
Okay.
Same philosophy here. I
don't know.
really enjoy Jason Bateman's content. He's just a great, character actor.
Yeah.
I see him as kind of like Tom Hanks. Like, Tom Hanks, his movies and his characters, they're all the same person. Like they don't vary a whole lot. So to me, that's not really acting. It's just him being him. And Jason Bateman's kind of the same way. Owen Wilson's kind of the same way. Like every Owen Wilson movie, he's the same guy, which is fine. I mean, Jimmy Stewart made a career out of it. I love Jimmy Stewart movies. He's fantastic, but that's kind of how he was.
Yeah.
So I think Jason Bateman's in that same category.
I do like him.
So yeah.
Well, my wife's been watching it, and she's probably, once she starts, she goes bananas. So she's probably into like season 3, episode 12 already. So there's no way I can catch up.
Oh, okay.
But
Well, when Chrissy and I should watch it, you can come over here and watch it with us.
all right, thanks, man. I can't
Oh,
because
yeah.
it's maybe when this whole thing blows over.
Nah, you're clean. We'll take your temperature. You'll be fine.
All right, Cliff, take my temperature. Hey, what? Now I also heard. I don't know. Does anybody watch this show? I think it's on Showtime though. It's called Billions. Anybody watch Billions?
Great show.
You saw that
You're
too?
okay, Matt.
Great
Woohoo!
show.
Thumbs up. Pooh Bear, I'm on my way.
Yeah, Billions is a good show.
Okay. All right, I got to check out Billions. My dad watched that. He said it was really good, and he's pretty picky.
Let's go.
All right. Pooh Bear, I'm on my way over, but you got to fire up the Komodo Joe.
Well, I still got the tri-tip on the counter.
Oh God.
Mm.
What's it doing there? Why is it not getting in your belly?
Well, because I ate already, but they're still picking at it, and nobody's wrapped up. They're watching Trolls World Tour in the living room right now.
Hey, y'all making anything for tomorrow?
I'm doing
I'm
a
gonna
ham.
cook some ribs.
I got a standing rib roast ready to go.
Ooh,
I
very
got a ham.
Yep, I got some honey baked ham, thanks to my neighbor Georgie. And
well done.
yep, I got some honey baked ham, and we're doing all the trimmings. It's almost like Thanksgiving over again.
Who's your neighbor?
My neighbor Georgie, he owns a honey baked ham shop out in Lakeland.
Philip. Philip?
Who?
Is it Philip?
Georgie.
He owns the one in Brandon?
No, he owns the one in Lakeland.
Oh, okay. No, yes, Lakeland. Tell
Yep.
him I said hello. He knows who I am.
Georgie does?
Yes. I used to buy suits from him when he owned the suit shop.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
I know that
Nice.
guy.
Well, you should come over. He's my next door neighbor.
Yeah, that dude's
Which one?
awesome, man. He's a good guy.
Yeah.
Where's he going? I knew him from the church too.
Yeah. Yeah. He went to
Yeah,
Bell
his
Shore.
kids
Yeah.
were in my
They're in your what?
his kids when my mom was a teacher at the academy at Bell Schultz.
Yeah.
One of the kids, all the kids on the how many there are, they were in my mom's class.
Ah, okay.
She hooked me up for a suit there as well.
Small world. See that?
I didn't realize he owned the suit place and the ham store.
Yeah, he closed down the suit place to do ham.
Yeah.
Okay. So that happened when they expanded a number of years ago. Okay.
Yeah. Well, I get all my honey baked hams from Georgie. He hooks me up, and we got them for everybody at the company this year. We got everybody some honey baked hams, and
Such a
so I'm
good boss.
gonna partake in that tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to it. It's gonna be some good eating.
This segment of the Man Show brought to you by Honey Baked Ham.
Yes, honey baked ham.
Man event. I'm sorry, I keep saying the Man Show, but it's the Man event.
The man event.
Yeah,
You
Jimmy
know,
Kimmel's gonna have a field day with you.
yes,
Who is?
Adam Carolla.
Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I'm running out of power.
I could fight him.
They're gonna your lawyers are gonna hear from them.
Okay.
So and then yep. So he hooked us up with that. It's gonna be really good. And I don't know what else you guys having for. Are you doing Easter eggs? Who
Yep.
colored Easter eggs?
Well, we didn't color any, but we're gonna do an Easter egg hunt.
All right. We colored Easter eggs last night. Got them ready. Gonna go
Yeah.
hide them.
For Noah, seriously,
Yeah, we just.
he's like an adult.
I think we really do it for Dawn and I. We just had fun with it.
Okay.
Kid at heart, right
So
here.
yeah,
You know?
the neighbors are supposed to put something on, but I don't know if we're gonna do that or not. I
Dude,
can't trust
Chronic-
our kids being helped.
You do that. Chronister's gonna come slap y'all with cuffs.
All right, so let me
That's
ask you
what I'm
guys
saying.
this. Speaking of that, Pooh Bear, you made me think of something. Are you allowing your kids to play with the other kids in the neighborhood?
I am not. My wife is. So like every day for the past 2 weeks, I come home from work and this house is full of people swimming in the pool, hanging out. I'm like, what is going on here? You people suck at social distancing.
Does chlorine kill COVID?
I
Hey,
guess.
do we allow special guests on the Man event?
I think we should
yeah,
do a
we-
special guest. We could have it like a guest every show or every couple of shows. We have a guest
I like
person come
that
on.
idea.
I'll give you one guess who is asking to be a guest on the Man event.
Oh,
I'm
Javi.
certain. I'm certain of that.
You know what?
Javi,
I feel
we'll
like
take a
Javi
vote.
can
We'll
raise
take
the
a vote
entertainment
later.
level here.
Yes,
So
we'll have to get back to him on that.
No, I think that's a great idea. Once we start establishing some storylines, things like that, we can do some interviews and start talking some of the people we've known for a long time and expose them, get them out there.
Yeah. I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah. Yeah. That could be fun.
Yeah.
I think
Special
so.
guest.
you go live
So
to
I
the
like-
golf course.
Oh, that'd be
That'd be nice.
fantastic.
Javi takes like 8
Wait.
shots and gets par.
8 shots and gets a par. Yeah.
Listen, at
Javi's
this
like,
point,
but the one that I drove into the woods doesn't count. You know, I'm going to start from here. And by the way, I'm going to find the one that's in the woods. I'm going to throw it into the fairway. I'm going to hit from there. That counts as one.
It's a defective ball. It was a defective ball. Yeah. Oh, geez.
I'm hitting one.
Yep.
Dude, the stories we have for Javi alone are gold.
He might have to be on 2 episodes.
I mean, anybody that falls asleep at opening day
Yes.
in the
Wait,
that is
what about falling asleep during the Super Bowl?
Whoa, hey, let's not go there. Let's go make fun of
No.
Javi. Let's not do that. We had a good thing going. Why would you change that?
Listen, once we get to our pre-recorded episodes where we can do the editing and throwing in pictures and other video, things like that, those are all going to be, I mean, just very valuable with content.
Listen, who knows an Eileen?
I don't know, but she wants to take a Q&A.
Clifford has a
My sister-in-law is Eileen.
What's her last name?
Rail.
Yep.
Yep.
She wants to do a Q&A. So
Hey,
Eileen,
it's
go
her
ahead.
birthday.
Ask your,
Today's Eileen's birthday, everyone.
She definitely
Happy birthday,
is allowed to do a Q&A because this could get good.
all right. Well, Eileen, ask your question. Let's see what she's got. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday. I
We've been
hope-
at this for an hour now, right? It's
23.
pretty much. Aren't we out of time?
Aren't we out of time? I think this is starting to just get good.
Yes.
Wait a minute. Eileen may have some golden stories about Clifford that we don't know yet.
Ah, bring it on.
Right there.
All right, so this is a serious question. Does the man event allow guests that are not men?
Well, they can ask. I think they certainly can ask questions. I say, come
Are
on,
they
Eileen.
strippers? Oh my gosh! Now Lisa's in here. You guys, what is going on here?
Oh,
Wait, I want to go national.
Is it?
Hello,
Best
Lisa.
birthday ever. Happy birthday, Eileen.
Wait,
Yep.
did we just answer our own
Yes,
question?
yes.
Did we just answer the question because Lisa just bombed it? I mean, jumps right in.
You know,
We have rules.
I was talking to Eileen.
I know we have rules.
And then she's like, wait, I want to look up this show. And so she found y'all, and her and Tony are in the study right now watching it.
Oh, Tony had a birthday yesterday.
Tony.
Tony's on too.
oh, happy
I
birthday,
hope
Tony.
Tony's
Yeah.
enjoying some Whistle Pig, right?
Oh, yes. That's good stuff right there. Whistle pig.
Don't-
Ask him how bad this show is.
Tony's
Oh,
a big bourbon.
Eileen said she needed help.
Yes, we absolutely. They say we need content help, which is what I've been saying for weeks now. We have got to.
This is practice.
This is just
Tony,
rambling.
Eileen, whoever made the content or made the comment, this is only our 3rd episode. We're really working on this. We're being held
We're
back.
not
by
really
sleep-
working on it. We haven't done anything to prove it.
No, they're
Listen,
confessing.
Eileen says no wives allowed on the man event.
No wives.
I like it. I like
No.
it.
Wives were just voted off the main event.
What?
Wives were just voted off.
Okay.
Well, so far
Yeah.
you're the only one that's broken the rule, Clifford.
We didn't have a rule then, so it didn't actually break anything.
We've just established
So
the
now
rule.
it's-
Oh my
so
gosh.
now it's. Oh God.
Eileen's
listen,
a first-time caller, long-time listener. Our
Hey,
third.
Pooh Bear,
Well,
did you
so-
get- did- Pooh Bear, did you do your homework last week,
No.
by the way?
Eileen she's the one who typed that, by the way. A wife typed that.
Yes, we know who typed.
Struggling with comments. What?
Did you do your homework?
I don't recall what my homework assignment was.
We got to have a Facebook page.
No, we're
Oh.
not ready for Facebook, dude. We're not even ready for live, let alone Facebook.
I don't like Cliff.
No,
When will be?
you get one shot at doing it right. You don't want to come out, limping.
Setting up a Facebook page or YouTube channel is like having kids. You're never really ready. It just happens.
Hey, and
Oh my gosh.
perfection is the enemy of done, Cliff Bassett. Perfection is the enemy of
Exactly.
done.
Come on.
Well done is
Where's
better
your-
than being perfect.
Where's your positive attitude?
People will remember your authenticity way before they remember your perfection.
So I just
Melissa,
got
since it sounds like we have a number of people.
I got 3 reviews. I got 3 reviews in front of me, and they're all 3 thumbs down right now. So
Okay.
we
Thumbs
need
down?
content. We got to keep the thing moving a little bit better.
Yeah, well, okay, so what
Man.
we can make up a chart with 10 topics we're gonna cover over the course of the show. We could do that. And
Listen,
then
Yeah, well,
Give us the topics you want us to talk about. Put them in the comments. We'll prepare for next week.
that's what I was just gonna say.
This
We
is
could,
why- this
people
is why
can
we
submit
go live.
comments.
So, but let's break it down for all of our viewers. Let's break it down. So this is something the four of us normally do on a weekend. We get together, we watch sports, smoke cigars, talk about our lives, and drink some bourbon and just chew the fat. So we
Mhm.
decided that a number of people have asked us if they could join or if they could be a part of our little group here. So we're like, well, let's just take it to the people. So that's what we're doing. We're bringing it to you. We're making you feel like you're sitting on our patios with us right now,
Yep.
enjoying a cigar, whatever you're doing,
COVID.
having the conversation.
Yeah. Did I miss?
Tony, Boot Camp Tony, you missed the discussion about Tom Brady 3 episodes ago.
Is that how he logged
Oh,
in,
boy.
Boot Camp Tony?
No, but he will forever be known as Boot Camp Tony to me.
Okay.
The boxes. But he doesn't know there's a workout named after
Well
him.
done. Welcome.
There
Boot Camp
is a Tony. It's
Not
called
to
the
be
Tony.
Mr. Eileen.
Well, whether Tony likes it or not, he now has a new nickname. Welcome to the
Pretty
show.
good nickname.
Yeah, welcome to the show, Boot Camp Tony. Cliff, your family's just getting a beating today, huh?
Brady
Oh
goes
my
for Duck.
gosh.
All right, so a lot of people are asking us to talk about Brady.
Okay, well, we can revisit it.
All right, Tom Brady. Hold on. Let me put my picture of Tom Brady's house up in my background here.
Right? Yeah.
Uh-oh.
You're one of the people Tom Brady was complaining about, saying he
Yeah,
has no
apparently he
privacy.
wasn't waving at me. I think he might have been waving me off.
Oh, he was waving you out. He was calling the cops.
Yeah. As cool as he thinks.
You
As
made
everybody
the news,
thinks.
Clifford.
Whoa.
Yeah. Am I still there? Ah, here we go.
We got you.
You're not
Virtual
wrong.
background.
Alex Kalorn did the same thing.
All right, we're back. I was there for like 2 minutes, by the way. Just long enough to take a picture. That's
Yeah.
it.
You were one of the guys he was complaining about on Howard Stern the other day.
I'm famous. I was on Howard Stern. Yay. That's way better than the main event.
I don't even know. There's probably a good chance we're not even allowed to say the name Howard Stern without, getting some copyright infringement somewhere.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah,
Hey, but we're not being monetized right now, so it's okay.
yeah, that's true. Yeah. Thanks for the
You
welcome.
can't
With this group, I might-
You can't take free from us. We've already got that.
Hey, listen. So Boot Camp Tony says he appreciates the welcome. With this group, he'd be willing to settle for being known as full head of hair, Tony. How's it going? How's it going?
Hey, Tony. Oh, yeah, buddy.
That's funny because 2 out of the 4 are bald. And
Speaking of that, hey,
Boot
Brian,
has a yarmulke.
looks like you burned your head. Did you burn your head?
I might have spent some time in the sun today. I'm not sure.
Car shopping?
Yeah.
So what kind of cars are you looking at?
My niece bought a car today, and it was a Ford Escape.
Oh, those are nice.
I
Did you
think.
buy it brand new?
No, it's a used car.
Nah. Well,
This
She's
segment
fun.
of the Man event brought to you by Brandon Ford.
Brandon Ford. Hey, I got my car at Brandon Ford. Yeah. All right, so
are we done talking about Tom Brady? I'm going to take his house off my background.
Well, let's talk about Tom Brady for a minute.
okay.
By the way, his house is 30,000 square feet.
It is 30. That's
No,
what I
Derek,
thought. Remember we were talking about that?
It's 30,000 square feet. His bedroom is 2,500 square feet.
Wow.
That's as big as my whole house.
Yeah.
Wow.
So
That's a lot of
does
room.
anybody find it, not exactly Tom Brady-ish, but does anybody find it interesting that Jameis hasn't even gotten a look?
Just got married. But he hasn't.
Yeah, but
No, I
neither
don't
has
find
Cam
it. He's
Newton.
got to do 30 interceptions.
Neither has Cam Newton. I think
Where's
the
the
Bucs
rest?
have a legitimate shot to re-sign Jameis as a backup.
A backup for our backup.
I think what you're looking at is the teams that are needing a quarterback are also going to see what they can find in the draft before they make an offer to a free agent.
Okay. All right.
That's what. At
There's
this
rumors
point,
that the Bucks are going to
when's
take
the
a.
draft? Draft's like in 2 weeks.
There's rumors that the Bucks are going to take a look at quarterback in the draft.
Oh, they absolutely should.
Yeah, I mean,
They
Tom Brady's
absolutely
been around
should.
for 2
First
years,
round, they need to
right?
go offensive lineman. The second and third round, they need to look for, quarterback.
When are we going to get a punter this year?
Right.
What round do we get a punter in this year?
Is a punter important, or you mean a kicker?
Well, we haven't done so well with the kicker in the draft. What's going on here?
What the heck happened? What in me?
I'm back.
Jameis is done. So
Yeah, but Paul, is Jameis done for you think no one's gonna pick up Jameis Winston with the numbers he had last year? No, forget the interceptions. I get that. But someone's got to pick him up for something.
You know what? They're going to wait for someone to get injured, a quarterback to get injured, and then they're going to pick him up. Someone will pick him up.
Wow.
I think the Buccaneers are immediate Super Bowl contenders. I think they've got the best receiving core in the NFL. They can get by with a mediocre running back.
Yeah.
They'll score 45 points a game.
But okay, so you think the offensive line is good enough?
I mean, it could use improvement.
Right. But I mean, to get to the Super Bowl, you think it's good enough?
No.
Yes. Well, I think they are Super Bowl contenders right now.
Okay. Did you see what Terry Bradshaw had to say about Tom Brady?
Yeah, we saw what Terry Bradshaw had to say.
I didn't catch it. What did he say?
He said Tom Brady should have stayed with the Patriots, should have made it, his only job he ever had, and blah blah blah. Shouldn't have gone anywhere. He says
Yeah,
the
but-
guys who leave don't do well.
Nobody does that anymore.
Yeah, but I was talking about what he said about Brady being the GOAT.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
Oh yeah, he went into a whole spiel Thursday. I
Terry
think.
Bradshaw thinks he was a better quarterback than Tom Brady.
No, he wasn't saying him, but he was going over greatest of all time. So you got to take into consideration the era these guys played and what was going on. So he was saying, this will make Pooh very happy, but Dan Marino, he has as a better, greater quarterback. And by great, he was trying to make a distinction between best and greatest. And one was he's great, or he's the best because he's won so many Super Bowls, but that doesn't make him the greatest. And so he was saying like Dan Marino was better. He had a list of like 5 or 6 quarterbacks all time that he had. Dan Fouts he had ahead of him from when San Diego.
Dan Marino is not better than Tom Brady.
Great.
Well, Terry Bradshaw disagrees with you,
Yes.
and so do I.
So does Foy, by the way.
I can't remember who else he had, but I know he had Dan Fouts. He had Dan Marino. Who else? I think he had Joe Theismann or Joe Montana. I can't remember which, but he had several ahead of him. What are your guys' thoughts on that?
I mean, that's kind of goes back to what I was saying the first week about, is Tom Brady a system quarterback? We don't have any evidence of him excelling in any other system other than Bill Belichick's.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, we have proof of more quarterbacks excelling in Belichick's offense and then failing other places. So,
Hey,
Like, what's his
not
name?
Jimmy Garoppolo.
What's his name? Oh,
Not
Jimmy
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah. Well,
Wasn't Jimmy Garoppolo just in the Super Bowl?
he was, and yet the
Mhm.
49ers still want to look for a different quarterback.
Yeah. I mean,
That's an expensive quarterback that they're just gonna get rid of.
Well,
to them, it's worth it. I don't know. So, who else is among the greatest or best quarterbacks of all time? All time. So you can go back as far back as you want. Fran Tarkenton.
You
Go ahead.
gotta
Hard.
go Peyton Manning.
Peyton.
yeah,
Manning.
it's hard, but then you're going to start throwing in Sammy Ball and Y.A. Tittle and Johnny Unitas, and it's hard for guys like us who didn't see those guys play
Right.
to comment on that.
Okay. So how about since the 80s?
Since the 80s, yeah, I think it's a short list. It's going to be, you know, like the Favres, the Mannings, the Montanas, the Marino.
I guess you could say, all right, since the 70s, because that's where Bradshaw played, right? Okay.
Yeah. And see, I don't think Bradshaw was all that great of a quarterback. He was a winner. He won Super Bowls. He's a Hall of Famer. But if you put him on the Bucs roster right now, would he excel? If you put him on the Steelers roster right now, would he excel?
Who's he going to throw to?
There you go. He
Okay,
has
but if you take the attributes of those teams that were like the Steelers back in the 70s Steelers, you take their attributes and you build a team just like that today, would that be a good team? Or has the game changed too much?
The game has definitely changed.
Yeah.
Yes. It's
Definitely. That was in the 70s. It was a running game,
Right.
and there was some
Franco Harris.
passing.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Steelers came in, they had Lynn Swan, and they had a couple other receivers that were just ridiculous, you know, so far, you know, better than everyone else. And today, everyone has a receiver that's Lynn Swan kind of caliber on their team.
Okay.
Actually, they probably have multiple receivers on their teams that are like that. So
Right.
you can't compare the teams.
So, okay, I get you can't compare them, but you're saying that today's teams are just in all aspects superior.
Well, it's more of a
Everybody's
vertical.
good. They're bigger, they're faster, they're stronger.
Okay.
You know, there's everything's different about it. It's like comparing an army, you know, a Civil War army against a modern day army. Maybe not quite that bad.
The
but, you
difference,
know,
I was going to say, wow.
the ball is the same.
Can you compare it to a Desert Storm army?
to say World War II army to a modern army. You know, they had bombers, they had fighters, they had tanks, you know, back in World War II, but they're nowhere. They're not competitive against a modern army.
All right. So then you
Guys, I'm about out of content. I got to go, man. So I hate to disappoint anybody, but
Oh, no. It's only 3
you guys,
weeks.
you guys. I think Tony just said we must get our haircut together. He just sent me a text. What did he say? Oh, you guys. I thought he said you get your haircut together, but I didn't have my glasses on. And he said you guys are hilarious together. But it's
Listen, Cliff brings the average age of man show demographics up
man
considerably.
event.
I know.
Man.
I want to go even older. That way I can just play like the grumpy old man part the whole time. You know,
You're doing that part pretty good right now.
I know it's time to go, man.
You're doing that part pretty good.
Getting late.
Cliff
I
Ward.
said let's not go over. Let's hold this thing under an hour. Here we are, you know, an hour and a half. So, well, not for Max. He got here late, and Pooh has been in and out he's only been here like 45 minutes. He's freezing up.
Collectively.
So,
I inside to take advantage of better signal, I guess.
All right.
So then this is
Well,
what we
gentlemen,
got.
I guess we can sign off until next week. What we'll figure out whether we're going to go live next Saturday or next Sunday. And for those of you that have subscribed, we will make sure that you get an invitation to the next live.
Yes,
How do we
and
sign off
also
on the man event?
throw in any content you would like us to discuss, and we'll work on putting it together a better content list of stuff to work over or to talk about during the show for next week.
and I vote for no COVID talk next week. Nothing COVID. It's everywhere you go.
We beat that to death.
Yeah, it's hard to do. Though.
Unless one of us gets COVID, then we can do like a live interview with it, you know, and see how you're doing. That might be interesting.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, guys, gents, been great. Hey, happy Easter to everybody.
Happy
All right, guys.
resurrection.
Happy Easter.
Happy Easter. And
What did you say
see y'all
about
next week?
Cliff's getting a what? Cliff's getting sleepy.
Yes.
Oh, you're just seeing that now?
Yes.
Been up there for like 20 minutes.
Oh, hilarious.
Oh,
All
God.
right. So yeah, like, subscribe, come back next week. Happy Resurrection Day. We'll be here doing this all again next Sunday, more than likely.
You got it.
And we'll try not to suck next time.
No, we're gonna suck, no doubt about it. But it's all fun.
We're
See you
working on
guys.
it. See ya.